Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a sculpt with me, and as if you've seen the title, you probably already know. So I'm re-sculpting a old turtle that I made in like 5th grade in an art class. Yeah, it was like a free clay day, so I made a turtle. It's like a dessert turtle with a bunch of desserts on it, and I decided it honestly did not turn out the way I wanted it to, especially with the glaze and everything. So I decided to redo it besides with polymer clay and to see if I could do it better than a couple years ago. So also I just realized there was a cup in my screen, so I was trying to move it out of the way. Okay, anyway, so let's get on with the sketch. So I'm just gonna open up. Don't mind my really weird drawings. Also that person was horrible that you just saw me covering up. That's why I was covering up, because it was horrible. Anyway, I'm just gonna start drawing a sketch of like how I want it and like what desserts I want on top and stuff like that. I'm pretty much gonna keep it almost the same, just like the same shape and everything, but I don't have enough clay to make it as big as my old turtle, so I want to make it a tiny bit smaller, but it should be roughly around the same size. So yeah, I'm just drawing the legs and everything and writing in cursive top view because I just love writing cursive. I don't know, it's just like my thing. But yeah, so I'm just gonna start drawing. So I'm drawing the little like squigglies, if you can see the tiny turtle in the background. I'm just drawing the little squigglies. They're kind of like the marshmallows, you know, like the marshmallows that are like twist tied marshmallows. They're like pink, yellow, blue. I don't know. I'll put an image up on the screen if I can find one. But that's what I'm just trying to do on the outside. I can't really draw it because I don't know. But yeah, and now I'm just starting to draw the desserts. Instead of a s'more in the middle like my old turtle, I think I am going to add an ice cream instead, because I think it would be better. Also, I don't know why the s'more was in the middle. I think at the time I just couldn't think of anything. I needed to start working like on my things. We only had like an hour to do it, so I just like put a s'more in the middle because that was the biggest thing I could think of. So yeah. But this time I'm gonna put ice cream in a little cute little bowl and stuff. And I'm still gonna like just put like random sweets on the outside. So I put a cookie right now, which is gonna change later. That cookie's gonna be gone because he was too flat for my liking. And I didn't have enough clay for it. But yeah, and then I'm just gonna like add a bunch of random stuff. Those sweets aren't honestly final for me. I'm just gonna keep them that way, because I couldn't think of anything else. Anyway, I flipped it so it's faster, so the sketch goes by way faster because it's taken a while. But yeah, so I decided to draw a cupcake, and then I decided to draw a little smoothie to also cohesive. I don't know what I was supposed to say. Anyway, so I drew those two, and I just wrote sweets and stuff because I couldn't think of anything else at the time, but I thought of more stuff later. And then also half the stuff that I drew on there I took out, because ice cream was for sure there. And now I got out all my supplies for clay, and I'm just gonna start like trying to color match to the sculpture. I couldn't find all the right colors, so I had to mix a bunch, but like it was mostly alright. But yeah, so I couldn't find everything, but I tried my best. And that's the whole bad thing about polymer clay, that it's like sometimes like super hard to find like the right color that you want, but you'll be able to mix it, so it's not like that big of a problem. But it just mixing takes forever. It's satisfying, but takes forever. But yeah, so those, I found all my colors. I'm just putting away my nice container full of a bunch of other clay colors. I'll get that back out later. But yeah, so those are all my base colors. Like the yellow, pink, and blue are for like the little twisties, and then the pink is for like the base, and then the teal is for the head and hands and feet. Trying to look for the word. Okay, so now I'm just gonna start mixing them together. It takes a very long process, but you can get through it. All I do is I just like I just flatten out the clays together and then I just start ripping it, and it helps like mix it together. Also, I'm not too worried about mixing it all the way because I want it to kind of look marble anyways, which also is easier for me. Also, now you can tell that I'm like ripping out a paper out of my sketchbook, which I kind of regret, but like it's okay. It's just because there was a bunch of clay getting on my table and I was like, I just got this table, I'm not getting clay all over it. And so, because I ruined my other table like that, so I put down a piece of paper and that made it way better. There we go. I'm just like, I don't know why I ripped it on my sketchbook because that was some nice paper, but it's okay. It's just one piece of paper out of like 50, so it's alright. But anyway, yeah, so I'm just gonna keep mixing that. It's a very long process, as I've said before, but you need the right color clay. It's more important. Okay, so yeah. So now you might be thinking this is really weird because I'm like chopping up clay, but it's one of my other techniques to mixing clay together, which I just like cut it up into like tiny pieces and then I just roll it back up and it like puts the colors in different places, which helps it mix better. But like again, like I don't need it to full on mix like all together. So like that's why this technique's pretty good because it just like makes little swirls in it too, so it looks kind of pretty. So yeah, I'm just chopping it all up. Almost done. We've been looking at this green clay for like ever, so hopefully almost done. So close. But yeah, so that is the finished green clay. So yeah, now I'm just smishing it all together and putting it off the side. And now time for the pink. Also, I sped up the video because that really took forever. But yeah, so I'm just like opening the peach and the pink and doing the exact same thing I did before. Like just smushing it, chopping it. I did chopping it first because I was like, that's probably way easier. And it did honestly make it way easier. I don't know why I didn't chop it first last time, but you learn from your mistakes, right? So yeah, so I'm just stretching it, chopping it, doing all that stuff. So close to being done. Obviously, like I don't want it like fully, like I said before, so like it's okay if it's a little marble, just stretching it and chopping it and doing all the stuff. And yeah, and I'm just like kneading it with my hands because it was just way easier to do it like that. And I was like, you know, that's good enough. So then I just unwrapped everything else, which was super satisfying. Like, super satisfying. And then we were ready, and then I realized we didn't really need that much yellow. So, yeah, okay. Now, time to actually start sculpting. Okay, so yeah, sculpting now. So right now, I'm gonna start creating the shell first because that's mostly a part of the base. So yeah, I'm just trying to like stretching out the pink clay, making it round enough, making it big enough. And then I was like, I don't think we have enough clay for this. But I just kept trying to make it as big as I could. And then I decided that I just wasn't gonna use the pink clay for some of it. So like for like the inner parts and stuff, because you're not gonna see it anyway. So I just have to steal some old clay. So I just stole some of this old green clay that I wasn't gonna use, and I just rounded it up and put it under the pink because we weren't gonna see it anyway to make. So then I helped it like be more shell shaped. That's what I was trying to say. To be more shell shaped. So yeah, so I just like started rounding it up, and I was just trying to measure it from my old turtle, and I was like, does that look right? Possibly, maybe, I don't really know. But yeah, I tried. And yeah, so I was just like making sure everything was even and stuff like that. And then I was like, I just squished all the green clay into the pink clay. I need more clay, so I stole some yellow clay and rounded that up again. And then put it under there to actually make it bulge up a little bit to be more like a shell shape. And yeah. And then now I'm gonna start with his facial features and his little like hand tail. So I just like, and then I realized, wait, I need more clay. So I was panicking because I was like, I do not have enough clay. And then I realized there was kind of a tealish color still in there. So I was like, you know, I'm just gonna mix that in. The clay was looking kind of green anyway, and I wanted it to be more tealish. So I just mixed it in. Well, I just kept reshaping the shell because I was like worried it didn't look right. But then I started mixing it in, and I didn't mix it in as much as I did like for the other two clay. So I was like, you know, it kind of looks cool, marble it. So I just chopped it up, I think only once, hopefully, because I hated watching that. But yeah, if you're still with me right now, thank you, because I know that clay chopping was very boring. Anyway, so now I'm just like ripping apart how much I think I'll need for the head, just rounding it all up to make it all nice and round, because that's what you're doing when you're rounding it up. But yeah, so I'm just making a nice head shape, and then I was like, I think I need something, a divot to keep the head in, so the head can like fit in between the shell. So that's what I did, and then that's where his little head is. It's really cute. Okay, and then I just started splitting up parts for like the amount of clay that I needed for each fin and stuff like that. So then I started shaping it and started just attaching it to the little turtle. And yeah, so I was just like making little fin shapes, attaching it to the turtle, and then that's when I realized this is not gonna be as big as I thought it was, which it's okay. Like, it still turned out to be like a pretty good size. So yeah. And then I added a little tail. And actually no, I did not add the tail yet. Now I'm adding the tail. So yeah, I'm just adding the little tail, which is great. He's kind of floppy, so I decided that I was gonna like put a bunch of the teal clay at the bottom, because the other one had teal clay at the bottom anyway. So I decided to just put a bunch of teal clay and just like squish it to the shell, squish it onto the shell, so it like closed everything up, so you couldn't even see like the other random colors at the bottom of the turtle either. And yeah, so that's what he turned out looking like. That's what the face looks like. I'm actually really proud of it. He's a little flat, but it's alright, because all the little sweets and everything are gonna add to it. So now I'm starting to make the little like marshmallow gummy surrounding, because when I tried to paint it last time, it did not turn out the way I wanted it to, because I was painting it and it was really hard to do it with glaze especially. So this time I'm happy I'm using polymer clay, because I can get the exact shape and the exact colors in the exact place that I want them to be. So now right now I'm just rolling out each color, so then I can just start twisting it after. And yeah, so rolling it out. That's what I'm doing, yes. And then I started twisting it to look like the little marshmallow thingies. And then I just wrapped it around the little shell, and then I just cut off. I started like making sure it fit and everything, and then I cut off the ends so it would fit. And yeah. And then I was like, it's still untwisted a little bit. So I twisted it up again, cleaned up my workspace, twisted it up a little bit, and then smoothed it out a little bit so it would like blend in a little more. And then I was like, oh yeah, I need to twist it. So I twisted it back up so I could blend it out after. So yeah, I'm just twisting it out with this spoon kind of tool looking thing. I don't know why I used that. There was a lot of stuff I could use, but I used that. And then I just did, like, I used the little circle wire thing to help like separate the head and the little thingy, so they would look separate, not together. Okay, and then I had some leftover of little twisty thing, so I like made it like the marshmallow thing. Do you know what I'm talking about now? Like the marshmallow, you can kind of tell it's on his back right now. I don't know why I put it there. It's not supposed to be there, but yeah. But that's what it's supposed to look like. And then I was bored, and I was like, you know, I'm just gonna mix up the rest because I couldn't detach it, so I just like started mixing it up. What color do you think it's gonna be? So yeah. Mixing it up, and it turned out to be a grayish brownish color, which I actually ended up using later, so that's good I had it. But yeah, so now I was like, I'm just gonna make one thing and then show you how I made it, and then just like turn off the camera because it's gonna take another like hour. So I'm making a tiny chocolate right now, and then I'm just gonna show you the rest, everything else that I made in a minute. So yeah, I'm just like mixing up this nice chocolate color with some orange and then some of that brown that we made out of the random colors that we mixed together. And yeah. So yeah, just mixing it all up and then rolling it up, and then I just started flattening it out, and so I could cut it into the shape that I wanted to have like the right thickness and everything. So I just like cut it into like a chocolate bar sort of shape, and then I realized I was too fat. So then I was just like cutting it, and then it got kind of stuck to the paper, and then I was like, you know, that's not the shape I wanted, so I just like started molding it with my hands. But yeah, so I just started molding it out and everything, and then I cleaned up my workspace a little, and then I added the little like chocolate lines with this tool, and then I was like, no, that did not turn out well. So then I started using the little circle-y tool, and then that worked out way better. And that's my little chocolate bar. And then yeah, so I'm just gonna like come back in a second with all the new things. Okay, now that I'm back with everything that I've made, I'm gonna show you. So I made a Oreo, lollipop, little macaroon, a little boba, donut, those little like yummy things, ice cream, chocolate, cake, bunch of stuff. So I'm just gonna put the ice cream right in the middle. This also took me like 2 hours because I was like trying to get the best that I could, but it's really hard because it's tiny. And then I added another ice cream, and then I was like, that's kind of like really big, but I just kept it for a second and tried adding other things, and then yeah. And then I was like, it doesn't fit comfortably, but I'm gonna still try to keep it as much as I can because I really kind of liked it. So I tried adding like everything else and stuff like that, and then I was like, yeah, this ice cream cone is not gonna stay. No, it's just gonna be gone because it's huge and it just can't fit anywhere else. So I added the little cake in front and the little macaroon in front. Is it macaron or is it macaron? Like, I know they're two different things, but I just don't know how to say the sweet one. So yeah, and then I added the little boba and the little Oreo, and then also these are not up to scale like at all. Like the boba is as big as the Oreo, which makes no sense. And then I add the little lollipop and stuff. Anyway, it's a clay piece, and so it doesn't have to matter. And yeah, so I just added the little donut and everything, and I liked how it was, so I just left it like that. And I liked it like that, so I just left it. And then it's time. Actually, no, it's not time yet. I'm still just moving things around, trying to make sure everything like fits in the exact place that I want it to. So yeah, the lollipop stick was just like bothering me. I was trying to like put it like a normal lollipop, but the stick was too flimsy, so I couldn't do it like that. So I had to put it upside down. But I ended up liking it at the end. But yeah, so then I was like just moving everything back around, just making sure everything fit exactly where it was supposed to be, making sure everything was great. And then I added the little 2 stick straw thingies. I forget what they're called. I don't know. They're really sweet and like they're like chocolatey. I don't know, but they're really good. And that's what it looked like. But we can't forget the one big step after the sweets, which is the eyes and the face. Well, actually, the only thing that's on his face and his eyes is his eyes. And so, yeah. So, wait, I forgot. Before that, we're adding a little special thing to his head because I thought his head was a little plain compared to like the rest of his whole entire body. So, I started making a little whipped cream to go in his head because I was like, you know, it would be super cute. Also, I was adding little sprinkles to him, and I didn't want to add the colors because that would have been like too much, so I just added white because there was like little hints of white everywhere anyway, so I was just like, you know, I'll add some more white to like chill down everything. And the sprinkles kept getting stuck like on his skin, but it's alright, I got them off in time. So yeah, I just started not mixing. I started just placing them one by one, which took forever, but it's alright. And yeah, this is real time too, so like all of this took me some time, but it was fun, and that's all that really matters. So yeah, I'm just placing everything down one by one, and almost done with the sprinkles. Almost done. Almost. So close. So close. Just a couple more. Okay, anyway, we're almost done. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And yeah, maybe done now. Maybe. I think like 1 or 2 more. Maybe. No. Yes. Done. One more. Okay. I think we're done. With the sprinkles. Okay. Now it's time to make some whipped cream. So what I did is I started rolling out like a little piece of white clay to make like a little swirl on top of his head, because I thought the other one, the old clay piece, he kind of looked a little plain. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna put a little thing on his head. So on the new and improved one, I was like, you know, we're gonna add something to his head. Honestly, it kind of would have been good to add a cherry too, but the cherry would have been red, and that would have looked weird if it was pink. So never mind. The whipped cream was a good choice. But yeah, so I'm just rolling up some clay and then adding a little base to the little whipped cream so it's like the right shape. Also, I'm not really in the frame. I'm sorry about that. I was not looking and did not realize what the heck I was doing. So don't mind that. I will be back in the frame hopefully soon. Hopefully. Okay, there we go. We're back. We're good. So yeah, I'm just placing it on his head, and I was like, you know, that doesn't look right. So then I was like, maybe I just need to like take off a couple inches off the whipped cream. So that's what I tried to do, and I'm still not in the frame, or else I'll tell you what happened. Excuse me. Okay, now that we're back, I tried it again. I like took some off and I was like, no, that still doesn't look right. And then I was like, maybe I need to cut it down or trim it off. And then I like redid it because I was like, this does not look right. So I redid it, and then I was like, I don't know. And then I put it on this like little side of his head, kind of like a little bow, and I was like, it's perfect. It's literally perfect. So that's good. I found the perfect place. And yeah, so now time for the last part, which is the eyes. Those eyes were too big that I just added. So I just like started making them a little smaller and just rolling them a little smaller and stuff like that. They're really simple eyes. They're just little black dots, but they're super cute. Like Squishmallows. Squishmallows are literally like black dots with a little bit of white, and they're like amazing, and everybody loves them. So yeah, and that's the eyes. And now we're officially done, but now we gotta go throw him in the oven. So yeah, he's going in the oven now. I'm so very proud of him. I worked really hard on him. Actually, mostly hard on him. I tried my best on him, especially because my other one turned out not as great, but like I think he turned out super cute. We need name ideas in the comments. Maybe he's my first character that I created out of clay. That's so fun. Okay, well yeah, so this is my oven and I'm just putting him in for a nice little warm bath. I just put it for 200 degrees Fahrenheit, and yeah, he's just cooking in there for about 10 to 15 minutes. And this is the old character, and this is what he looks like new. Sorry, the grass is kind of covering him, but I did a better shot of him now. And yeah, that's what he looks like. And sorry about my finger. So yeah, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.